about that men are much better at being women than women? Have a look at USA Today's Women of the Year honoree, Admiral Rachel Levine. And of course, there's the powerfully built Leah Thomas, who last weekend beat 2 Olympic medalists to win gold at an NCAA swimming event. Just look at her go. That's the only type of male privilege the left don't object to. They're quite happy to watch natural-born men take the hard-fought-for places of women. But that brings me to the next crucial question. Just what is a woman? Surely that's the easiest of questions that any simpleton could answer. Even toddlers could tell you what a woman is. But it seems the question is beyond a woman nominated for one of the most crucial roles in the US, Joe Biden's Supreme Court nominee, Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition? No.
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't?
Not in this context.
So
I'm not a biologist.
The meaning of the word woman is so unclear and controversial that you can't give me a definition?
Now, this is particularly awkward because President Joe Biden is on the record saying that he was going to nominate a woman of colour as the next Supreme Court nominee. Now, the reason Jackson is there is her gender. She would not have been nominated if she were a black or Hispanic man. Joe Biden made that clear. By the way, it must be noted that though Joe Biden wants credit for the first black woman in SCOTUS, it was also Joe Biden who blocked the first black woman from the Supreme Court back in 2003, but that's an editorial for another day. Let's get back to Ms. Jackson and her bizarre answer. And she didn't do much better when Ted Cruz asked her about the issue.
Under the modern leftist sensibilities, if I decide right now that I'm a woman, then apparently I'm a woman. Does that mean that I would have Article 3 standing to challenge a gender-based restriction?
Senator, to the extent that you are asking me about who has the ability to bring lawsuits based on gender, those kinds of issues are working their way through the courts, and I'm not able to comment on them.
It wasn't long before the Democrats' protection racket, their unofficial propaganda arm, aka the mainstream media, rushed to defend Jackson, claiming that no one knows what a woman is. In one of the most extraordinary pieces of trash ever published, USA Today claimed that there was no simple answer to the question, what is a woman? The publication wrote, scientists, gender law scholars and philosophers of biology said Jackson's response was commendable, though perhaps misleading. It's useful, they say, that Jackson suggested science could help answer Blackburn's question, but they note that a competent biologist would not be able to offer a definitive answer either. Scientists agree there is no sufficient way to clearly define what makes someone a woman, and with billions of women on the planet, there is much variation. Really, okay. Now, this is pure clown world insanity. This is the type of idiocy that gives rise to fears that we're in the midst of societal collapse where truth and reason are shunned. Instead of mocking Jackson's answer, elements of the US media thought her answer was not PC enough because Jackson admitted one's gender is a matter of biology, not feelings. As Daryl B. Harrison explained, whether she realises it or not, by declaring I'm not a biologist, Ketanji Brown Jackson is tacitly admitting that gender is biological and that biology is both the starting point and ending point in defining what a woman or female is. She knows the truth, as do we all. Meanwhile, the rest of the left-wing media sought to characterise the questioning of Jackson as inherently racist and sexist and somehow harsher than what Brett Kavanaugh copped a few years ago. Remember, he was a Supreme Court nominee who had the Democrats and the media accusing him of gang rape, amongst other things. But that's okay, because he was President Trump's nomination. If you believe the US media, Jackson's treatment was worse, and even every black woman was suffering along with her. The New York Times wrote, every sigh, every time her jaw tightens, every time her eyebrow raises a certain way, every black woman speaks that language. the Ketanji Brown Jackson hearings through the eyes of black women. But what is a woman, New York Times? You didn't answer that question. Now, let's be clear. Miss Jackson, just like Biden's vice president, may have been nominated primarily for her gender and race, but she is nevertheless a highly educated and intelligent woman. She's not dumb. She's not confused. What she is a coward. A far-left coward who's willing to beclown herself for the cause. A coward who has betrayed her sex and allowed herself to be cowed into accepting scientifically false transgender ideology. For the record, the definition of woman is straightforward indeed. Dictionary tells you what it is. A woman is an adult female human being. Say it with me, Ketanji, an adult female human being.